The story kicks off in Taiwan, where we are shown a girl named Lucy, a girl who's come here to study from America. She is talking to his boyfriend in front of a hotel. Her boyfriend tells her to go inside hotel and deliver a suitcase to a man. In return, we will get $1,000. But Lucy immediately says no, thinking it's too much money for such a small favor and smells something fishy. That's when her boyfriend ties that suitcase on her hand with handcuffs and says that there will be no problem. Just give this to a man. Although Lucy didn't want to go inside, but she has to go because that man had the keys to the suitcase. At the reception, she asks about the man named Mr. Jang. Just then, some people come down who shoot Lucy's boyfriend at the door of hotel. Seeing this, Lucy freaks out and realizes something really bad is about to happen. After that, they forcibly take Lucy to a hotel room where Mr. Jang is waiting. Mr. Jang comes there and asks Lucy, "Tell me what is in this suitcase?" Lucy gets scared to see him and starts crying. She says, "I don't know what is in it. Only my friend had asked me to give you this suitcase." Now he hides by telling the code of that suitcase and asks Lucy to open it. Lucy gets scared seeing this and asks if there's something dangerous inside. He says no. Lucy then asks why everyone hide. They explain that they don't trust the guy who gave it to her. Nervously, Lucy opens it and tells everyone there are 4 packets inside, each containing blue powder. Hearing this, everyone comes out. Actually, Mr. Jang is an underworld don who smuggles drugs on guns. Now Mr. Jang say to Lucy, "I want to give you a job," but she says no, "I don't want to do any job." Right then, one of the gangsters' men attacks Lucy, causing her to faint. When she wakes up, she sees bandage on her stomach like she's had surgery. She thinks maybe they took out some part of her body. Just then, few people come there and take her with them. Then a man comes over and tells her that out of the 4 packets in the briefcase, they slipped one inside her stomach. Now, wherever they send her, she has to go. And when she reaches their target address, the packet will be taken out by their peoples. Lucy doesn't want to do this job, but she knows these people are really dangerous. They will kill her. After that, 3 more people are brought in, and just like the packet was put inside Lucy's stomach, they put packets inside all of them too. Then, a guy tells them all that you have to go to different countries to deliver these packets so their people there can take them out from their stomachs. And if anyone tries to cheat us, we have your family address and we will kill them. And now Jang's men put a cloth on their faces and take them away. After it, when the cloth is removed from Lucy's face, she sees 2 men standing in front of her. One of them tries to harass her, but Lucy refuses. This makes him really angry, and he starts beating her badly. He kicks her in the stomach. Because of this, the drug packet she's carrying inside her stomach starts leaking, and now the drug was in her blood. On the other hand, we see a professor who has spent his entire life studying the brain. During a seminar, he tells everyone that humans have only used about 10% of their brain so far, and even with just that 10%, they've changed the whole world. In our world, only dolphins use about 20% of their brain. They are more intelligent than humans. And if humans uses 20% of his brain, then he can completely control his body. And if a human's brain starts working up to 40%, then he can control any person in front of him. Then a boy sitting in the audience asks, "Sir, what will happen if a human uses 100% of his brain?" The professor says, "I don't even know what will happen then." Then Lucy is shown, who starts freaking out inside because the drug has gone inside her body and causing chaos in her mind and floating her in air. Now, she can use 20% of her brain. Just then, the another man who tried to misbehave with her before shows up again. When he arrives, Lucy sits completely still. She knows that if she refuses, this guy could hurt her even more. So she signals that she's ready, meaning she's willing to do whatever he wants. And as soon as the guy comes to her, she punches him, grabs his belt, and then, using that same belt, she pulls the table closer to her. The guy had placed his gun on that table, and she uses the gun to shoot all people there. After that, she goes straight to the hospital by cab because the packet inside her stomach is still releasing drugs continuously. She wants to get that packet removed from her stomach, so she heads to the operating room where the doctors are performing surgery. She goes to the screen where she can see everything going on inside the patient who's having surgery. After studying everything, she shoots the patient, which shocks the doctors. She tells the doctor you could not have saved that patient because the tumor had already spread throughout his spine. Then she pushes the man down, lies down there herself. She points a gun on the doctor and tells there is a packet of drugs inside her stomach that are continuously leaking into her body. You need to take it out of my stomach. The doctor says, put your gun down. I'll take that packet out of your stomach. While the operation is going on, she calls her mom and says, I can feel everything. This wind, the sound of the ground, the sound inside me, everything. I remember all the things of my childhood, even the taste of your milk. Lucy started crying while telling to her mom. Her mom says, how do you remember such old stuff? You were so little back then. Lucy thanks her mom for giving her so much love. Actually, now she's able to use her brain more than 20%. That's why she started remembering everything. Now the doctor has taken that packet from her stomach. Lucy asks, how much is left in it? The doctor says, about half a packet. Then doctor asks Lucy about that drug and what it is. She tells them about CPH4. Hearing the name, the doctor is shocked. The doctor says, if this is really CPH4 and you've consumed it in such a large quantity, how are you still alive? She asks, tell me about CPH4. The doctor explains, a woman produces it in her body around the 6th week of pregnancy, but in small quantity. It's like a nuclear bomb for the baby. I can't believe it how you're still alive. She replies, not for much longer, and then she leaves the hospital. After that, Lucy goes to the drug dealer who put that packet inside her stomach. She kills all his people and stabs the knife in his both hands and asks him that tell me where the other 3 people, the ones who have these drugs packets inside them. I need all 3 packets. But the gangster doesn't tell anything, so she puts her both hand on his head and start reading his mind, by which Lucy came to know about the location of those men where they were sent. One of the packages is headed to Rome, another to Berlin, and the third to Paris. After that, Lucy goes back to her room, where her roommate is living. Lucy used her laptop to find out the professor who spent his whole life researching the brain, whom we saw that professor who was giving a lecture. His name was Samuel. Lucy calls him and says she's read all her research on brain, about 6,734 pages, and I wants to meet you. But Professor Samuel didn't believe her. So to make them believe, the next moment Lucy appears on Professor Samuel's TV screen. He's shocked for a minute. Then, Lucy tells him that whatever you have written in your research about brain, everything is correct. I have consumed CPH4 due to which I can use my brain more than normal human. This time, I can use my 28% of brain. I can control my body, other people's bodies. Also, I can control electric and magnetic waves like TV, telephone, and every electronic devices. I don't feel pain, fear, or any desires. Everything that makes a person human is gone from my body. I have already absorbed a ton of information about mathematics, science, and quantum physics. She asked Professor, I have a lot of things in my mind, what should I do with them? He says to pass it on so it can help the next generation. That's exactly what every cell and body does. It passes its information on to next cells. She says she only has 1 day left, that she's going to die within a day, but before that, she wants to meet you. Then, as she's leaving her house, she hugs her friend and tells her about the problems in her body, saying she needs to change her lifestyle and eat organic. After saying that, she changes her getup and walks away to airport. She informed the police officer and also send their pictures of the 3 people who are about to leave the country with drugs inside their stomachs. At first, the officer doesn't believe her, but Lucy gives him so much information that he has to trust her. After which police start their work and arrests 3 of them. While traveling in plane, Lucy had used 40% of her brain and the cells in her body start breaking and her skin was burning. To hide from everyone, she locks herself in the washroom and start eating drug again. But crew member realize something is not good. After eating it, she becomes unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she finds herself in the hospital and his hands were handcuffed. Now she can use 50% of her brain. The police come there to arrest Lucy, but she used her power and make all the police unconscious except the one to whom she gave the drug information. As Professor had said that when a person uses more than 40% of his brain, he can control others person and same Lucy can control other person. Lucy asks the inspector if he found the 3 people. He says yes, we have caught them and taken to the hospital so that the drug packet can be taken out of their stomach. Lucy quickly goes to the hospital. But the gangsters' men arrive before her and are about to take the drugs away, but by then Lucy reaches there. Lucy uses her power to take them all down. She blows them away like a chopper in the air and grabs the 3 packets of drugs. Lucy's power was constantly increasing. After taking the drugs packet, she goes straight from here with the police inspector to the professor who was already waiting for her with his other teammates. But that gangster had seen her going. He is following her with his gang. When she reaches there, Professor introduces Lucy to everyone and tells everyone that she has unlocked his brain more than every person. But one professor has doubt on her. So she captures him and tells about his daughter car accident when she was 6 years old. He was surprised to hear this because no one know about his daughter. Now everyone was started believing her. Then, she starts giving such type of information which no one in the world knows yet. She tells cells pass information every millisecond. She even changes one of her hands into two hands, showing she has complete control every cell of her body. She says we've always been taught that 1 plus 1 equals 2, but in this universe, number system don't really exist. They were just made up by humans to their own understanding level. Professor Samuel asks, if this world doesn't run on mathematics, then what governed that all? Lucy explained them through her example of car. That a car is running and it keeps increasing its speed. Gradually, the speed gets so high that the car will disappear from its existence. Actually, only time is important. Without time, we do not exist, and we can see that car if time exists. While Lucy was explaining, just then all those gangsters come here with guns. They came here to take that drugs. Just then, police inspector says that the gangster and his people has arrived here. We won't be able to stop them for long because there are so many. Actually, they all have come here to take those drugs because those drugs are very expensive and new in the market. Then Lucy says she needs to consume all packet of drugs to use 100% of her brain. They don't have much time. She tells the professor that I will make a computer and I will save all my information in it that will be useful for mankind. Outside, police forces try to stop the gangsters from reaching Lucy. Then they professors inject that drug into Lucy. She swallows all the drug packets inside her body, and after that, her brain starts working at a much higher percentage. Then, black liquid starts coming out of her body, which begins consuming all the electronic devices around. Actually, she is consuming all the matter so that she can make new generation computer which can store knowledge. Now her brain is working at over 90%, and because of that, she starts time traveling. She goes far back 1,000 years and reaches dinosaur era and going a little back in time. She reaches the place where the very first primates who started evolving, that is, our ancestor, Lucy. She spends some moments with her there. When she uses 99% of her brain, it goes back so far to when our Earth was forming. She even sees the moment when the Big Bang happened. Then, that gangster named Mr. Jang shows up in the room where Lucy is, and he points a gun at her. But Lucy's body is disappearing slowly. She reaches at the cell's level of universe. As soon as Mr. Jang shoot her, she used 100% of her brain and completely disappeared from there, leaving only her clothes behind. The gangster asks the scientist and his team where she went, but before the gangster can kill any DR, that same police inspector kills the gangster. The black liquid that came out of Lucy, which was consuming matter, was used by her to create a supercomputer. Using that computer, she transferred all the information from her brain into a single pen drive. That pen drive is given to the Professor Samuel, after which that computer gets destroyed. That means she has saved all information in that pen drive. The police inspector asks where she is, and at that moment, a message pops up on his phone saying, I am everywhere. This means Lucy is everywhere. Her mind, her consciousness can feel and watch everything and everywhere in the world. With this, the movie ends here. Please tell your opinion and write next movie name and comment